Are we on? Are we on Facebook? Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? I'm just double checking, man. I gotta make sure I got everything here. Pretty cool. Had to come on early tonight. Did a double. Going back to bed pretty soon. But happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Much love to all of you. And today, especially, there's one mother out there who is really happy, and my ex's husband has pulled through. And I'll give you guys a quick story on what has happened the past week. My kids have a great bond with this man, but he was stricken about a week ago, severely. I mean, literally, this guy was losing all function of the body completely. He literally, I think he passed away once and they brought him back. Complete organ failure due to a source that the doctors couldn't figure out. And when they finally figured it out, I mean, we're talking life support. Everybody's gathered at the hospital. Text messages coming nonstop to me. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. I'm going to say, wait, meatball, slow down. Let's give it time. But even in my mind, I was starting to think, wait, I mean, this is getting worse and worse and worse. Now we're needing machines to keep this man alive. But they found the source. They found the source, and within 24 hours, went from gray and cold to warm and healthy. Now, the body's an amazing machine, man. The body is an amazing machine, and my ex has a great gift. You know, sitting in the hospital now recovering, and they expected him to make a full recovery. It's amazing. When you find the source, I'm doing the Italian thing here. When you find the source of your vexation, of your problems, of your issues, I'm talking on a mental scale, the body reacts in the most amazing ways. But you have to find the source of your own cause, which is creating the effect in life. And a powerful movie, and I use the beginning opening as a statement, because you start modeling your life like that, always living knowing that it's going to get better. It will. It's going to come out the way you want it, but you have to find the source of why you're in this so-called mental block. And I brought this up with Kurt the other night, and I called it generational conditioning. That to me is more powerful. Even Aristotle wrote on that. He goes, give me a child for the first 7 years and I will give you the man. To me, a man speaking about this, and he passed away in 322 BC. That's before the life of Christ. These guys knew what's going on the inside. If they could structure it, they can mold it how you think. In other words, controlling your energy, they can create virtually any man, a superman, per se. The problem is we as people don't take the mind too seriously. They think the outside world is guiding us to where we have to go. I'm here to tell you from my own proof of the pudding that it's the direct opposite. When you find the source, when you find the cause, you're gonna find what the effect is in your life. And he also said, out of the quote box tonight, the energy of the mind is the essence of life. Essence is the most significant element of a person. Your root, your core, your nucleus, that subatomic level, your belief system. And I had spoke to Kurt the other night about generational conditioning in my own personal life when I had all my three youngins, and they were all between the ages of like 3 and 10, and going through my financial difficulties back then, trying to solve the problem. They would literally find me some mornings sleeping at the desk, trying to solve the problem. But owning a business, you know, they knew nothing what was going on, but they felt the energy, and they watched what was going on in my life. And it's amazing. They all came out loving, beautiful, honest, giving, compassionate, caring, broke people, because that's what I was back then. And it culminated with my middle one I had to help her during the week get herself back on her feet again because of this repetitive problem. It all comes down to generational conditioning. It's your mindset. You can be the most loving, giving, honest, compassionate, everything in the world, but if you feel poor, you're going to have that poor mentality. This is what Aristotle is getting at. We were shaped that way. Our belief system, our core, our nucleus, every part of our energy is giving off what we were taught. Whether you believe it or not, it's completely up to you. But when I got back to the source of why I was the way I was, the paradigm shift happened. The quantum leap came together. And that better mindset created a better body set. I felt better. I had more energy. All the so-called ailments were gone. You have to, so many people, it's hard to understand. I get it with the mind thing. People, I can't see it. I don't understand it. You don't have to understand it. You got to understand the fact that there's something guiding us that's within us, that we have complete control. And all we got to do is reprogram the computer to tell it what to do. The body follows suit from that. I don't know what came across with my ex's husband, but I can tell you right now, when you figure out the source of what's going on in your life, why you don't have the love, why you don't have the finances, why you don't have the success, look back at your core. Look back at your core, because my kids saw me going through a tumultuous period. I didn't take it out on them, but they felt it, the stress and the infighting between my ex and myself back then about, the biggest dilemma with all married couples is finances. So what did I do? I figured I'd work harder, but I still didn't believe I can get there. I figured I'd stay up 24/7. I still didn't fix the problem. I still lost everything, and then some. What happened with my middle one this week, as I was telling you guys on the last show, I was trying to fix her issue. She lost it, but yet she's the most giving, caring, loving. She has me. What I was looking at was what I created in her life, or had a part of creating in her life. The beautiful thing about that is we found out the problem. We found out the issue. And all you have to do literally, and how should we say simply, is just reprogram what you're thinking about the issue. You change your thought about it. You change your thoughts, you're going to change your reality from those thoughts. So if you have to reiterate 1,000 times a day what you are now, you're going to create that in your life, even if you don't have it. Feeling is a secret. You start affirming with feeling and passion about what you're trying to accomplish in life, or what you're trying to overcome, whether it be love, success, finance, whatever it might be. You have to affirm that new mindset to create that new lifestyle, because you're changing your essence, your core belief about it. And if you guys ever watch a great movie, if you ever want to find out what generational conditioning is all about, watch Good Will Hunting. Beautiful, a quick synopsis. You had a guy who was a mathematical genius, but he kept screwing everything up, man. He kept beating people up. He kept getting into trouble and ruining every opportunity that was right in front of him. Because what came to him, nobody else can really do. It just came so natural. That's, we all have that ability in our life to do what comes natural. We just got to find the gifts and work on it. But this just came to this kid naturally. But he kept screwing it up, ended up in jail, ruining everything, until Robin Williams got to the source. And what he said to him, which was so pivotal, if you guys saw this movie, was, "It's not your fault." He kept repeating it. If you guys remember the movie, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault." And you guys have to realize that for yourself. It's not your fault how you were raised, but it's your responsibility to take hold of what has happened to you, and you can change that to create a better you. It's understanding where it came from. We do it all the time. We got a problem with the car, the problem with the TV. We go and we figure it out. We do our own CSI on our issues in the outside world, but we forget about what's going on in here, under the hood. We forget about that this powerful mind engine that we have can be programmed to do anything we tell it to do, believe, have, and be in life, even before it's a tangible reality sitting right in front of us. This is the beauty about quantum science and quantum mechanics, is you're constructing a life before the reality even exists. And science has proven that now. Scripture has been warning us for thousands of years and telling us in years. And I'm going to give you guys, here's a quick example. I'm digressing from topic to topic, but it's all relevant because it all makes sense, because you start giving it sense. you'll start realizing what is a mental block. Here's a psychological term. A lot of us have that. And it's running our life, whether it's in our relationships, in our finances, in our ability to create the next level in our life. The mental block is the inability to recall. Now, if you hyphen inability, you get inability, meaning it's your choice to change that block, to change that paradigm, to change that mindset. It's not going to do it on its own. It's just going to keep doing the same cycles that we're in the default mode that we push every single day. Does all this make sense? You have complete control of your mind, but you have to tell it what you want it to do. The mental block, a psychological obstacle or limiting mindset that prevents you from completing important tasks and achieving success. How is that attained? How are mental blocks attained? That could be from trauma, indeed, in our later life. Something has happened to us in front of us, and it has really put us in the shit show of life. I get that part. I'm talking about the generalization of all your vexation in life. The generalization of why you keep you're going through this hamster wheel of failure upon failure upon failure. And when you think about the psychological obstacle, it was what Aristotle said. It's the first 7 years. They're actually saying now, they call it, they've enhanced the science, which is great because Aristotle knew before anything was involved. How he knew, I have no idea. Even before the life of Christ. And think about this. Concrete operational. 7 to 11 years old. That is a core time where things get set in stone with children. And I think about it when I was talking about my middle one, that was right in the middle of that time. Then it turns into a formidable operational mindset from 12 on up. In other words, we have this abstract thinking and hypothetical reasoning going on at that age, where we start creating pictures of scenarios that aren't even happening from those belief systems that were installed from the preceding 7. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to your mindset and creating the life you've always wanted to be. You have to find out where it's coming from. If you're not finding the love of your life, or you're going through all these relationships, find out where it's coming from. Look in the mirror. If your finances are the same way, if you grew up poor, more than likely you are going to stay poor. Unless, ding, 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 you change the mindset to create the wealth in your life that'll create the opportunities, the ideas, and the synchronicities to bring it to you. But you have to get back to the source. You got to do your own CSI on what has happened in your life to create these mental blocks that are prohibiting you from moving forward. Get out of the default mode and reprogram your mind for something even better. So happy Mother's Day to you guys. It's an early night for me. I got to head off to bed and back to work, man. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. I hope this helped. Give me a child for the first 7 years and I will give you the man. Think about where a lot of your problems have arisen in life. I can almost guarantee you the majority is from those tumultuous years. For some of us, tell me a functional family. They're all dysfunctional, man. But it's in those early years that we are conditioned to be basically the next generation that was before them. And I can attest in my life, and I realize that. But when I realized that we are malleable, the mind is malleable, we can tell it anything we want it to do, I started doing that repetitiously with feeling, power, and passion, and it all kind of took shape. I had my own quantum leap. And I started observing the synchronicities to match what I was thinking about. So really grasp it for yourself, guys. I gave the plug for Instagram, but most importantly, YouTube. You guys are out of bounds, man. I love you guys. Hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. The Jackson views and the followers and subscribers is out of bounds. I am so grateful. And most importantly, to my ex and her husband, good luck, man. I'm so happy for you guys. And my kids are happy for you guys as well. Road to recovery could be a little bit long, but make a full recovery. This is what I'm talking about. You find the source. You find the outcome, man. Guys, enjoy your Sunday. Happy Mother's Day. God bless. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.